Monday is always most challenging day to jumpstart the week after the weekends. Take a deep breath in, expand your belly, and on exhalation, slowly, gently, let all the tension go away. And let's take another deep breath in. And on exhalation, simply let all the tension, all the worries melt away. Let's set an intention to flow through this practice with no expectations, with joy, with love towards ourselves and towards others in this room, for those who are practicing with us online. Take a deep breath in and bring your right knee towards the belly, over chest. Just making sure that it feels good, it feels right. Give your leg a good hug, loving hug. And let's go ahead and extend the leg. Just give it a gentle push a little bit closer to your belly. And maybe if you're ready, come on up as always. Let's stretch a little bit deeper. One little step at a time. We will slowly wake up the body. And go ahead and bring the head back on the floor. Bend your knee, press right on top. Just a gentle little press here and there. Feeling open, we're not holding the breath, of course. And then take this foot towards the opposite shoulder. I will go ahead and sneak my foot underneath the elbow on the left, but you don't have to do it. Just follow the sensations in the body. Few extra breaths here before we let it go. And then slowly undo it. And grab your right ankle, guys, and put it all the way across. If a cross doesn't really happen, then you can definitely put it next to your body. Doesn't have to be a cross. Quality inhalation, quality exhalation. Just hold it. And then slowly bring the other foot off the ground. If you can reach to your ankles, that's great. If you can't reach to your ankles, that's great too. You can also crisscross on your ankles rather than on your knees. Gently press on top, lower back on the floor. And then slowly switch the direction of the legs. We're gonna take the left leg. Again, close your eyes, draw your lower back closer to the mat. Just trying to feel relaxed, settled. And then open up. If you can extend the leg, that's beautiful. If not, then use the strap or hold your calf or even hamstring, wherever you can reach, and then continue to open a little bit deeper. Slowly return back and press right on top. Knee down towards the floor. Give it a few extra seconds, few extra breaths, and then take your left foot towards the right shoulder or somewhere towards that direction. It doesn't have to be all the way through and through. And then slowly let go and take this left across the right leg. Cross over if it's getting there. If not, Just put it where it's available. Good stretch, good opening. And then if your knees can stay one on top another, that's great. If not, cross over on your ankles instead. And just a gentle opening. We had such a good practice on Saturday as well, after the challenging class. So I feel like we need to incorporate some of those things we did on Saturday. It felt so good. Go ahead and undo those knees and put your both feet together on the floor. Take your hands and stretch through the lower back down towards the ground. Make it feel good. Take the arms behind your head. Stretch, expand, extend. And go ahead and bring your both hands next to the body first. Prop yourself nicely and bring the hips up. Connect on the base. Keep your feet on the floor. No body weight on the neck, of course. Everything is on the shoulders and in between the feet. Go ahead and bring the lower back vertebra by vertebra on the floor. Take your hands up front and rise up. We're gonna start with the one leg at the time of the floor. And you can always stick with that. You don't have to attempt to bring the other foot off the ground if you're not ready. And all the way to the other side. Breathe, lower back grounded, strong on the center of the body. Go ahead and take your both feet on the ground. Exhalation, draw the stomach even more in and make sure that you breathe in. For the beginners, or if you have shoulders or neck or back injuries, maybe do the one leg at a time. Go ahead and bring the knees back towards the chest, chin or belly. Give them a good hug. We're gonna go for another Navasana, guys. For another Navasana or low boat. Extend those arms for those who is ready. Breathe deep. Inhalation. Exhalation, all the way draw your knees towards the belly back. This time we're going to put our both feet hips width apart. Hips width apart, like mat width apart. And press your hips up. Make sure that your elbows and hands planted firmly on the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. If you're ready, when you're ready, go ahead and bring your right leg up. Beautiful, keep on breathing. We're gonna open up a little bit more and we put our right ankle on top on the left leg and draw using the hip flexor. Draw your right knee down towards the floor, right, just like this. If it feels good, if it feels stable, go ahead and connect with your hands. Breathe in and breathe out. Don't stress, you can always come out. Slowly undo the hands, bring the hips back on the floor. We're gonna go for a little stretch here and then we'll do the other side. So your right ankle still on top on left leg, right above the kneecap. And slowly undo the legs, put them back, hips width apart, come on up. Just up here. If you're ready, when you're ready, left. Strong, connected, inhalation and exhalation, and then put your ankle on top Draw using the hip flexor. Draw that left knee down towards the floor. If it feels right, go ahead and bind. Underneath, draw the shoulder blades closer to each other. Stay strong. One little step at a time. Our body needs to move. Slowly undo the hands. Bring the hips and lower back on the floor. Extend your right. And reach to your ankle if you can reach. If not, any other place would work just fine. And let's take our legs back on the floor, arms on the floor, big beautiful stretch, and prepare for gentle halasana or just feet up towards the ceiling. It's your choice. Slowly return back and bring your right ankle up front of the left. Find yourself in a seated position. Go ahead and reach those arms up. Bind, connect, and gentle lateral stretch on the right. To the center, push the hands up front. Come on back up, towards the left. The center, and we're gonna take our arms all the way behind and open up the chest. Just open it up. See if you can take your hands on the floor. If you can't put them on the floor while it's connected, that's okay. You can disconnect them and just put a flat palms. Back to the front, forward fold. Let's slowly undo our hands. We're gonna go to the right first. Just a gentle twist rotation. Shoulders down, chest up. And all the way to the other side. Come back into the center. We're gonna go for the little boat or little preparation for the boat with the knees bent, and then we're gonna cross over our ankles the other direction, left up front of the right, so we can balance the both sides of the body. You can always stop your one foot on the floor. You can bend your knees. It doesn't have to be a full boat. Very good, guys. Very good. A little bit lower. Tim, you're so strong. You're so strong. Everybody has such a beautiful boat and it looks effortless. It looks effortless, or you make it look like it. All the way down. That was gorgeous. Go ahead and pull your both feet together and bind and press. We're gonna put our left ankle up front of the right. Just like this. Reach up, hands up, towards the left. And towards the center. Towards the right. Back to the center, undo those arms. Bind all the way. See if you can press them into the floor. And then returning back for the forward fold. Come on back. Undo the hands gently. We're gonna go to the left side first. Just gentle rotation. Make sure that you don't hold the breath. Breathe nice and freely, just like you normally do. And on exhalation, switch the direction all the way to the other side. Come back to the center, another little boat. We're gonna go and extend our legs. Keep them bent if you have to. Take a little bit time of preparation. Make sure that your shoulders away from the ears, just lift it. And then when you're ready, open it up. Slowly. We're gonna be work a little bit up here. So draw your posted in. Draw them out. Draw them slowly. Draw them back out. Draw them in and pull them closer. Just what we did at the first set, or go ahead and bind a little bit deeper. This is not a very simple and easy one, but it's mostly because of the balance. You guys have such an open hips by now and a good strong back. It's just an extra balance to add. Breathe. And let's slowly undo this bind. Go ahead and meet me in your tabletop. Raise elbow and shoulder on both sides. Leveled and just up and down, gentle cat and cow. We're going to expand on this movement a little bit today. First, let's just start to sway slightly more towards the heels. Keep your toes tucked so you can stretch your feet. And a little bit to the front. Oh no, open it all the way back. Scoop the stomach in, into the toes. And all the way to the front. Open up the chest. Let's do just a few of those. Slower or faster than I move. Just try to feel the motion. Make it the best feel for your own body. And then we return back in a straight center in the middle. If you can hover, go ahead and hover and continue with a little cat and cow in a hover position, which is challenging for the wrist, core, shoulders, so you can always put your knees back on the floor in place. Go ahead and extend your knees fully. Downward facing dog. Stretching Achilles, shoulder blades apart. Prepare to hover back if you can. Or knees on the floor. Open up, open up. Come on back. Exhalation. Let's do a couple more like this. Open up. All the way back. Exhalation. Full extension, full expression. In your downward facing dog with the neck being limp and loose. All the way open up. All the way back down. Beautiful. We're all gonna go for now back in a tabletop. And give the right arm a sweep. Just a sweep to wake up the shoulder. And then simply reverse the motion. Just go ahead and do it to the other direction. Then we will take this arm from the top all the way behind the lower back. Maybe towards the opposite inner thigh. Maybe if you can reach. Go ahead and lean back into the one-armed child pose. It might be almost a child pose, close to it. Not quite, and that's okay too. And your arm is totally optional behind your back. Come on up and rise, guys. And now keep your hips right in between. Keep your tailbone right in between your knees. Like you do your puppy pose. Feel free to undo this arm. That arm doesn't have to be a bind anymore. Now slowly start to unbind it and slide it simply underneath your left. Thread the needle. In, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Stretch first. Big, beautiful stretch. Relax the head and neck. We're all gonna go back in the kneeling position. Prepare to sweep your left arm. Just a couple sweeps, 2-3 times on one direction before you switch. And then rotate through that shoulder to the other direction a few times, 2-3 times. Then from the top, go ahead and bind with the back or inner thigh, whichever you can reach. Open up, and then dive down. Slowly rise up halfway, so it looks like more like a puppy pose when you leave your tailbone in between your knees. It's a little bit more on the arm, of course, and the shoulder on the right. So just adjust, readjust, make sure it feels right. Slowly start to unbind on the left and slide this left underneath the right for the thread the needle. The position of the hips is pretty much similar what in the puppy pose. And come on back up. Put your both hands, fingertips right in, looking towards each other, and just start to bend one at a time or two at a time, or pay a little bit more attention to the one side. Just try to open up the ribcage your own way. Just give it a little flow. Totally random movements in a random pattern. Just make sure it feels right. We're working on the upper part of the shoulders and upper part of the back. We're gonna add a little bit of neck movements in just a few seconds, but for now, just try to angle your elbows and shoulders to the variety of the directions to open up even more. And then come back in the center, put your hands in a regular position. Go ahead and look slightly up. Then press your chin over the neck. Then look to one direction to the side. And then all the way to the other direction. Then go ahead and do a continuous movement from one shoulder to another shoulder. Just a draw in a half circle, just a draw in a half circle. And then put your hands a little bit, guys, a little bit wider, and put your top of the head on the floor. Now, that's very important to be in a control what's happening in your neck. Again, if you have a neck injuries, I wouldn't lift your arms. I would keep the arms on the floor. That's enough strengthening for that neck. That way, roll slightly on top on that head, just front and back. paying attention to the neck. If it feels right, if it feels good, you can go ahead and bind and take your arms all the way right above your back, right above. Again, I want you to be mindful, be honest with yourself. You don't have to do it. It's just an extra neck strengthening right here without the hands on the floor. Be mindful. Slowly undo the hands. We're gonna take our left arm all the way extended, right leg all the way extended. Scoop our stomach nicely in so the core is strong. We can maintain the healthy balance. Breathe in, breathe out. We have a kneeling balancing flow here. We're gonna try to move in between the asanas without touching the floor. But again, if you have to touch the floor, you have to touch the floor. Go ahead and bind and just open up and expand. Very nice, 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 nice. All the way. Breathe, guys. Slowly extend the leg, put the hand, keep the leg. Keep the leg. Go ahead and open up. Stay on the left hand and the left knee. Gorgeous, everybody. If you need to top the floor, please top the floor. Go ahead and bind right and right, or whichever is one you're doing right now. If you hold in your ankle, pretty good, pretty securely, pull the ankle off the glute muscle. That's good. So you can open up and expand on your back as well. Very nice. Come on back, right up here. Hand a little bit farther, and both elbows on the floor. Go ahead and lean forward, put the forehead on the ground. A lot in the shoulders, a lot in the upper body. We're still practicing the balance on the same side. Come on up back. Bind again. Left to the right ankle. You guys amazing. If you need to touch the floor, touch the floor. Do not quit. Just make sure that you breathe in. The breath is essential for your balance, and don't stress, don't worry. All right. Put the left arm on the floor. You can stay in support. This can be your asana here. You can go ahead and open up, just like we did on a hand and knee. We are on the forearms, and we bind for partridge pose. Breathe, guys. Ooh. A lot of balance. Slowly come on back. Put your both hands on the floor. Come on up and stretch. All the way, big stretch. Knee towards the nose, curl it under, tiger curl. Take it back up. Knee towards the nose. Come on up. We have couple more times, knee towards the nose. And prepare for your chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Big stretch. Try to make sure that you press the heels into the floor. Just give it at least a few presses. If the heels doesn't go, bend your knees and just stretch it so your Achilles can get and hamstring a good variety of the stretches. Knees on the floor. Right arm up, left leg extended. Strong torso, strong connection. Breathe, guys. Go ahead and bind. Doesn't have to be perfect. Touch the floor if you have to. We're going to extend the leg. Put the hand Find a good balance. If you need to curl your right ankle a little bit back for more stability, do that. And bind. If you hold in securely on your ankle, definitely try to pull it off the glute muscle so you can open the chest and back. That's good. It's awesome. Beautiful, beautiful, everybody. So strong. Make sure you breathe. You're breathing. All right, let the leg go. Put the hands slightly farther so we can put the elbows directly underneath the shoulders for the forearm position. So now, when you hear, slide all the way to the front. Activate the upper body. Left leg lifted still. Come on back up. And right arm, left ankle. If you hold in really pretty good that ankle, pull that off the glute muscle. You can always tap the floor with the leg or hand. Go ahead and let it go. Put the right on the floor. Partridge pose. Begin with support. Begin with support. Then once you're ready, amazing. I'm so proud of you guys. I remember a few years ago, and especially for those who just joined a few months ago, this is a pretty challenging asanas for the balance. Very good. Go ahead and tap the hand. Keep the leg lifted. Your left, come on up. Give it a good stretch. Try to press your right heel into the floor. Knee towards the nose, tiger curl, working on the core center, abs. Push it back up. In this class, we're covering strengths, toning, little sculpting even, and of course, flexibility and balance. Give me a couple more. Prepare for chaturanga. Come on, back up. All the way. Start to bend your knees a few times. Right and left, left and right. When you're ready, reach your right hand towards the left ankle. That might be not an ankle yet. It could be the thigh. You have to go on your knees. Please do what you have to do. If you're ready, go ahead and bend your right knee while you hold in your left leg, whether it's ankle or thigh. Undo the bind. Take the hand back on the floor. Lift your right leg. Open it up. Look underneath. Bend your knee. Let your body to open a little bit more. If you can, go ahead and bend your left elbow. Put it lower on the ground. Just almost like you're trying to do a one-armed dolphin pose. And continue to open. Watch on your legs. Watch what's happening with the left knee. Try to keep it soft and extended. Relax neck and head. I know, push the body weight slightly more away from the arm toward the back. Come on, back up. And step through to your low lunge. Just carry that leg through. Come on up. Try to lift the chest and set your chest exactly above the hips. Regarding the knees, keep them where you need. You can use your blocks, but try to make sure that the gravity is free to help you to sink down a little bit deeper toward the floor. You can always put the hands on the ground if you have to. Make sure that back knee farther away as far as it can go, so the groin area can open. Let's open up. We're gonna take our left arm behind the back and right underneath here. If the bind is there, that's really good. But if not, I would recommend you to use a strap. You have a little bit of the time to reach for the strap or towel. If your hips are struggling without support of your hands, you should skip the shoulder work for now and just work on the lower body. Let's slowly undo it. Both hands on the ground. Shift the body weight the way it's done, so your hip is right above your left knee, your left hip above your left knee. Try not to squat on the left leg. Just maintain that good. Take a look at the front knee as well, and then fold forward. We're gonna give it a little bit balance here. Left hand on the floor. Open it up. Raise, guys. Back to the center. We will open the balance to the other side and maybe even bind for some of you. This variation is a little bit less stable, more challenging. So just take your time for preparation a little bit longer. If you're ready, under, and bind. Good job, everybody. Very nice, very nice. Slowly undo it. Take a look. I'm gonna take my left foot and put it slightly behind. Land on it and wrap my right on top. You will find yourself in the cow face pose. In the cow face pose, or the cow face pose in a progress. That works too. So you're right on top. We're gonna take our left arm to the eagle. Left arm above the right to the eagle. Shoulders slightly lower, chest a little bit lifted. If your eagle arms are not perfect, that's perfect as well. Try to pull the elbows slightly off the chest. Relax on your ankles. If you need to come out of your cow face pose, please do so. Go ahead and put your elbows on top on your knees. Spend just a few breaths here. See what's your body thinking about this one, how it feels. And then if it feels like you can put your elbows on the floor, go ahead and do that as well. Slowly undo your arms. Grab your both ankles and lengthen in your spine all the way. I know the hips are asking for a break. We're almost there. Go ahead and take your right across the left. Hold it for the few breaths here with me. And go ahead and return back to the center. Your knees still crisscrossed. Cat and cow. Just a couple of them. And then slowly come on up. We're gonna take the hands right here and try to catch up on the balance. Or we're gonna take the hands behind and open up in a gentle back bend. Ustrasana by itself challenging. Cow face pose by itself challenging. Combination of both. Not easy, but we're working on our balance. Come on back slowly. All right. We're gonna go for chaturanga. Follow along with me. Or just do it your way. Do it your way. Push down. Up dog. Beautiful dog. Chest up, shoulders down, big smile. Come on up. Does anyone remember our long flow? All right. Let's go ahead and take the left leg up. Open it up nicely, guys. I want you to really open, bend your knee, and just expand. Take that rib cage towards the side wall through the little rotation. That's it. Come on back and take this foot back on the floor for now. Reach your right ankle with your left foot, with your left hand. That might be not an ankle at all. Go ahead and bend your left knee. Try to push the body weight away from the one arm. You're holding it onto the tabletop if you have to. Returning back and raise that left leg again. This time, go ahead and open up first just like you did, and then see if you can put your elbow on the ground, your right elbow on the ground. I know. Take a deep breath in. Continue to open. Breathe in and breathe out. Be alive in the asana. Rise up on your tippy toes on the right and step them through. Step all the way through to the low lunge. I know. Go ahead and take the right knee above the left ankle. Right up here. Make sure that you have a good wide space so your hips can open through. Reach all the way up first. Keep on breathing. We're gonna take our right arm this time. Right. And left underneath. You have some time to get a hold of your strap or towel. And make sure that, again, while you bind in, it does not complicate your stance on the hips. I would rather you to skip the shoulders, put your hands on the floor, and just work on the opening of the hips and lower back. We're holding it. If you have that full bind, whether it's with a strap or towel, try to open the chest rather than hovering forward. So it's an open position. Feels so good. Do it slowly. That feels amazing. All right. Go ahead and make a transition. Try to set, again, approximately. It doesn't have to be ideal, but approximately your hip above your knee. And make sure your hips are relatively square rather than one knee folding inward. Once you found a good position, then go ahead and start to fold forward. We're gonna take our right on the floor, right hand. Maybe that's gonna be your block. We're gonna give it a little bit of a challenge to switch the direction, but again, bind is totally optional here. Find the balance first, and then if it's getting there, then sweep this arm under, and the top arm on top, of course. If you do have that bind, try to face your chest towards the side wall. Come on back. All the way. All right. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go in, curl it a little bit, sit on it, and wrap the left around it. So you will find yourself in a Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Find a good solid place where you can maintain. If you need to step away from this, you can. We will take our right and cover our left. Shoulders down, chest lifted, spine is tall and extended. From the tailbone to the top of your head, you feel that extension and freedom. Healthy back is so important. The condition of your back will determine the condition of entire body. Not only the back, but it's a big part of it. We have to take good care of our spine. If it feels right, go ahead and put your elbows on top. And maybe on the floor. Let's slowly undo the arms. Come on up, nice and tall. Grab the ankles first and just kind of lengthen it, make sure you sit tall first before the rotation. And then we're gonna go to the right, left towards the right. And then come back to the center. We're gonna do that little cat and cow stretches with the legs behind. This is such a different sensation in the back than when your knees are in a regular normal position. A little bit more challenging, of course, but totally different for the lower back. All right. Okay. Come on up and catch up on the balance with me. That's if you're catching up on the balance here with the both knees crossed over completely, that's a big deal. If you can bind the hands and take the chest up and forward, that's great. And returning back. All right, guys, your choice of how you're gonna go to your chaturanga. Soft, excellent. Come on down. Come on, upward facing dog. Stay with me up here, please. Shoulders up, back and down. Give it a couple solid rotations. Reach up and open. Today we're gonna practice the forward rocker after the bites and the little Shalabhasana flow. So come on down on your belly. Begin with the elbows on the floor. That's always an option. I'm going to give you the option of the single arm and single leg, which is as simple as this. If your knee doesn't come off the floor yet, we keep trying. We keep activating the quadricep and we keep trying to lift that knee off the floor. Using the strap or towel would be also, there's the straps with the little loops, which you can almost throw like a lasso on your ankle and lift without extra hustle to wrap it around. Let's do the other side. Chest up and lifted. Shoulders away from the ears. Very nice. Try not to compress your water breath, because see, the sensation is you're trying to reach, it shrinks the space in between, but focus on expanding it, on lengthening, even though you reach into your ankle, but you lengthen in your back. Come on down and rest. You can definitely repeat like 10-15 seconds on one side and 10-15 seconds on another side, or you can come and join me. Kick the both ankles up. Come on up. Inner thighs up towards the ceiling, chest open. How are you feeling? Very good. Bind, guys. Try to open it up, open it up, open it up. And soft down. Before we go for that little frog on a front position, we need to do a little compensation. So come on up with me. You can do your downward facing dog, or you can go to the child pose if you wish. But do one or other. Scoop the stomach in. I would rather you to go to the downward facing dog. It's better. Opposite way, stretch after the bind. All right, you want your knees most likely on the mat for the frogger. So I would say let's just turn around the wide way. We begin first with Virasana, but let's start here in a whiz so we don't have to move our directions anymore. If your Virasana is very good, try to take your toes, your feet on the inner blades, which makes it a little bit more challenging definitely than the regular variation of the hero pose. Hands up front. Go ahead and take your hand on one side. Open it up. And all the way to the other side. Doing this hero pose Virasana is definitely going to help us in those lunges to go deeper, more efficiently in a frogger. Now, if your toes turned out, take them back in and open up your knees a little bit. If you're sitting on your blocks, guys, continue to sit on your blocks. We're gonna take the hands up front and just put our elbows on the floor for just a few breaths. We're almost there in a frogger. Very good. Now, we're gonna start to make a transition to the frog. So what you want to do, you want to set your knees wide. That's a one certain thing. You want to send your knees wide. The second thing you want to do is to determine where is your tailbone. Make sure you're not leaning forward of the tailbone and you're not sitting on the floor. Try to put the tailbone in between right and left knee. That would be good position, really good prop for opening. Then next thing you do, you put your ankles behind your knees. If you can see them on the front mirror, not your toes, but your ankles, I mean, if you look at the front mirror, that's too wide. If you can't see them at all, too narrow. Again, don't try to make it perfect, approximately ankles behind. Then once you're going down, try not to lose your tailbone. Keep the tailbone in a place where it is. Doing this, you might find yourself not as in low position as you normally are in a frogger. And it doesn't look as good deep frogger as you normally have, but that way you're going to improve pretty quickly. So if your chest is on the floor, that's really impressive. If not, don't worry about it. I need you, team, just to close your eyes and breathe. The longer you stay in a frogger and the more actively you're breathing, the easier that becomes. Do not give up. Just try to send your exhalation directly into your hip flexor. Send your first exhalation into your right hip flexor. Let all the tension go. Then send your exhalation into the left hip flexor groin area. Then to the lower back. Then to the middle back. Bring A little attention to your shoulders. Make sure you're not tense on your shoulders. Bring attention to your ankles as well. Make sure the ankles relaxed. Inhalation and exhalation. Let the entire body melt on the floor. Take a deep breath in. Long quality breath out. The longer we hold it, the more comfortable it becomes. Let's slowly start to come up. I would say do it quickly because you would have to do it anyway, right? Let's go ahead and find ourselves on our feet. Take your arms all the way to the back and towards the floor. Open up the chest. Coming back to the center. Take your knees slightly wider. Put your chest on the floor, like a moon pose or just simple white-legged child pose. Then rise up a little bit and put your one ankle on top on another and just simply make your transfer to the sitting position. Let's bring our both hands up front of the heart. Take a deep breath in. On exhalation, send love to your body. Set positive, loving words of affirmation to our physical body, organs, systems. The body is not just a machine, it's a very unique, very intelligent, tuned machine, which requires a good nurturing food, oxygen, but as much as a good nurturing food, loving and nurturing thoughts of kindness, of happiness, of progress, consistency. Like a food can be poisonous, the thoughts can be poisonous as well, detrimental to the health of the body. With that, let's express the silent gratitude for everything we have. Look inside your heart, smile. Send that smile other people's way, and you might change someone's life today. Namaste. Great work, everyone. As always, good job. I'm so proud of you. Good job, you guys too.